see right here?
Yep.
If this was the part that was ran on the lathe, and then you're touching off, you're gonna have some issues, right?
You're gonna touch off a face mill on X and Y.
I'm gonna bring my tool to the left of the part. So the way that this calculator works, we're gonna use a calculator for this. Very cool, right? But you wanna just go positive, divided by 2, and then come back. Because if you go positive to negative, you're gonna have to divide by -2. And if you mess up and you get the numbers wrong, then you just screwed yourself and you gotta do it all over again, right? So I'm gonna be red on red, pick my speed, move on my X,
go on Y,
on my Y, bring it down on Z.
go back to X.
Bring it closer to X. So now, I brought it close to the part, right? This button right here. So if I try to rotate this, it's stuck, right? It's locked. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm gonna try to get the face mill as perpendicular as possible. But once I leave it there, I'm not gonna move it. So I'm gonna touch it off here, bring it over, and then touch it off on the other side, right? On the one that I have in there right now. So if I push this button, it releases the spindle, right?
Yeah, what would you call that one? Just a line button?
Release.
That looks like some futuristic.
Align.
What's that, Tron? Yeah, the Tron stuff.
We
You see? Yeah, piece of paper.
So he's talking about this button here will allow you to really rotate that.
Alright, but once I put it in there, and I think it's the most perpendicular, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, we just discovered the probe, so I'm going to learn how to use the probe, and then I'll hopefully show you guys how to use the probe on here too. Alright? So I got it on there. Well, I think it's the most straight. Now I'm just going to bring it over on my X.
Brought down Z, go down, back to Y, Z, or X, back to X. And then he's rotating with full hand. So it gets snug.
Alright, notice guys, just like the actual hosses, whenever we're getting close, use the open hand because you got more control. If you're keeping your fingers like this, you might skip it and then you're gonna run into the part more. So we gotta think that this is a real life part, right? If you train like that, you're gonna do like that whenever you're actually working, correct? If you're like, nah, it's just wood, it's not a big deal. Yeah, go ahead and go to a real shop and see if you're just doing wood.
Alright.
It's not the case, right? And if I run into that part, obviously most of the time it's mild steel at least, you're gonna break that insert, right? And then you gotta go back, cover it up, repaste the insert, and then go back and do it again. Alright? So now that I have it there, I'm gonna go to position. My little calculator comes out. 0, enter. 0, that X right there, right?
And that seems a little confusing. I kid. You hit 0 and enter.
Yeah, all I did was highlight X, 0, enter. That's it.
Alright. So when you go the other side and you touch it from the left side of the face mill, it's the next step.
Remember, just look at this positive and negative, right? A lot of guys, after they touch it, first thing they do is grab on this, and what happens when you do that? You go in,
jams it.
right? Open-handed. We know that left is negative, right? So we know we gotta go to the left. So grab it. Go to the left. Come off the part.
I always just remember.
Alright. Come off the part. I like to go faster. You can go slower if you want. So now I'm just gonna raise my Z. As long as it clears. We can use the camera as a cheat sheet also, right? So we can see that right there. We cleared it, correct? Now I'm gonna come over on my X. Come over to the other side. Bring it down.
Down on Z.
And then come over here on
100.
my X. Alright. Now I'm there.
Basically the same
Now, pay attention to this, guys.
It's important.
We have another calculator button up here. I'm going to push that one. Right? So now I'm going to put this number that's on X. 8.105. Right? All I did was highlight X. Make sure you're on X. Right? 8.105. Same number that's on there, right? Now I'm going to hit divided by 2. And then hit enter. It comes up with the number, right? 4.0525. Now look at this. Hit enter again.
Magic.
4.0525.
Sorcery. How they deal with it?
Well, hold on. Don't we
Yeah,
gotta
but
calculate
this
the
one
diameter of
switches
the
it
face
itself.
mill? That's what I'm kind of confused on.
No, because you touched it with the diameter here and the
Right.
diameter over here.
Right, but we touched it on this end.
Yeah, but it's still 3 inches.
Oh, is that in the system that's 3 inches? Okay. Okay. That's the part I didn't know. Okay, so it's already calculated the 3 inches for the
Alright,
diameter
so
of the
now
face mill.
that I'm gonna come over on my X positive, come up on my Z.
And do it for Y.
Now, it's up to you whether you do this step or not, but it will behoove you if you do.
Behoove.
Alright? Take that X to 0. So you bring it over.
Like nothing goes pretty long.
So now we know that we're on center with our X, right?
But then we gotta rotate it.
Yeah, if you don't do this, and then you touch off your Y, when you bring it back to the center of the part, you might be off on your X. Does that make sense? So now I'm gonna rotate this so I'm sitting as vertical as possible, right? Now I'm gonna come back on my Y because I wanna get the bottom of it first because it's going from 0 to positive, right? So I'm looking at my screen. As soon as I crossed it, cool. This is gonna be the hardest part for you whenever you're touching off. Because the tools is closer to you and the part's there and you're gonna have to be in there, right? Yep. So now we're gonna bring our Z down. Now we're gonna go up with our Y.
Everything's pretty much the same as he did actually.
I don't know why, but yes. You're not in that divot, are you?
That ain't looking yet.
Or that other person damaged it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go in there, but I'm not there yet.
Shit's like
There we go.
There I go. So same thing with my Y. I'm on my Y. I'm gonna zero that one out, right? 0.0. I need to be on the other one.
Your other calculator.
So 0.0,
Small calculator.
enter, right?
Wow.
So the small one took it to 0. Now I'm gonna come back on Y. So obviously we know when it comes towards us, that's negative, right? When it goes away from us, going in the machine, that's positive, correct? So if I turn it to the left, it comes out.
It's gotta be so negative.
Come
Up
up.
on Z.
As long as I'm up above the part, I'm good to
Switch
cross
back to
over
Y.
with my Z. So on the back end, as I cross it, I can come back down. Come on, down now, so it's negative on my Y. Alright. So just as we did before, go to the Y, go to the other calculator. I like to push A all clear, just to make sure that they remember the last numbers, right? 7.115. Oh, I messed up.
All clear.
So just cancel it out. 7.115 divided by 2. Enter, enter, and they switch that number for us, right?
So now you're gonna put it in that position.
So
That'd be
come up
center.
on Y, raise up my Z, and then come back to Y0.
There we go.
Alright,
Now
so that
that's
should
over.
be centered on X and on your Y axis, right? Now we're gonna come down with our Z. And then I'm gonna go to Z, 0.0, enter, and leave it there. Alright.
And that's zeroed on all three axes.
So now we're gonna leave it there on our 0. So our X, Y, and Z are 0, our B is 0, and our C axis is 0.
Nice. All zeroed.
Alright. Y'all wanna practice this, or y'all want me to show you the last part of it?